An Australian naval vessel departed today in search of missing Malaysia Flight 370. The vessel is equipped with an underwater vehicle and equipment to detect the missing plane's black box recorder. The batteries on the black boxes are expected to die next week. Metro rail fares are increasing. In July, Metro bus routes will cost $1.75, regardless if you pay with cash or SmartTrip. Fees on the Metro rail will increase 10 cents. Washington, D.C. is one of the worst cities in the nation for parking, according to a recent survey. Our reporter Taylor Shaw tells us why this isn't a surprise to many D.C. commuters.
Washington, D.C. is ranked one of the worst cities for parking, according to a survey released by NerdWallet.com. The district comes in 7th place. These results don't surprise many D.C. commuters.
The street parking is always not available, or it's not for the only for the commercial vehicles.
I'm sure it's less expensive to park on the street, so I do try to find if I have time, but I feel like I don't have a lot of time to look.
Searching for a parking spot is made easier with your smartphone. There are mobile applications that allow commuters to find the closest and cheapest parking garage or pay for the parking meter. These mobile apps, found on Android and Apple smartphones, cut down the time it takes to find a parking spot and makes it easier to pay.
If you're here and you live here, I think that people do that, then they at least can search out the spots and then easily pull in and not have to worry about, coins and all that other stuff.
Reporting for District Wire News, I'm Taylor Shaw.
Facebook and Google are locked in a battle over emerging technologies. From facial recognition software to driverless cars, the companies are spending billions to develop the next big thing. Just last week, Facebook caused a splash by buying Oculus VR, a wearable device similar to Google Glass. Andrew Lee, a journalism professor at American University and tech guru, is here with us today to talk about a new trend in wearable tech devices. Hi, Andrew. Thank you for being with us today.
Good to be with you.
Thanks. Well, first let's start. Just last week, Google acquired Oculus VR, which is kind of similar to Google Glass. Let's take a look at that video. So Andrew, if you could just tell me a little bit about what do you think we're going to see from Facebook? Why are they acquiring something that's kind of tailored towards gamers?
Yeah, I mean, there's different schools of thought about why Facebook is acquiring this company at this time. Some think there might be an immediate need for something that Facebook wants to launch regarding VR. Some just think it's a long play, meaning that they think that Oculus VR certainly is the best platform out there right now for virtual reality gaming, and Facebook just wants to make sure it gets that property early on, whether it's because they want to do something with it or they don't want someone else to acquire it.
Right. Probably they don't want Google taking advantage of that.
That's possible. So Google has their own Google Glass product, which is slightly different, but some people are nicknaming this as the battle for the face. So Google has the Glass that is what they call augmented reality, and then the Facebook's acquisition of Oculus VR, the Oculus Rift, actually covers the entire face and is what they call immersive reality.
Yeah, let's take a look. We have some video actually of the Google Glass, and it looks a little bit sleeker, like something that you could wear every day. So do you think we're going to have consumers kind of jumping on board with this, where they actually are taking advantage of these new tech devices?
Right, so Google Glass is meant to kind of integrate with your real life, whether you're driving, you're walking around, you're at a cocktail party. You probably look a little odd at a cocktail party, but it actually overlays on your reality some information that Google gives you. Whereas Oculus VR, you're really meant to be gaming by yourself, or maybe to interact with other people virtually, but you really are not meant to interact with your immediate surroundings while you're using the Oculus Rift.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if maybe someday it'll literally be like you're in your Facebook, kind of like scrolling through things with your Oculus.
It's possible. So far Facebook is still very much text-based. It's very much message-based, but there's no reason why we wouldn't think that Facebook wants to get into the world of avatars and 3D and virtual worlds.
Absolutely. And then as far as right now, it seems like Google and Facebook are sort of the top dogs as far as social media goes, or in this new venue. Do you think that there's room for others, or is it kind of just these two as we're moving forward?
Right. I mean, certainly Twitter is always in the picture in some way, although Twitter has benefited from being kind of the very vanilla, plain service that you can turn into anything that you want, right? It originally started as text, but now you can put photos, video, anything that you want in there. But I always tell people, don't count out Amazon and Apple, which are not the typical folks that you would think about, because Amazon is known for book sales and Apple's known for its hardware. But increasingly, they're going to have to start playing in the same space. So don't just think about Facebook and Google in this area. You're getting a lot of other folks in here too.
Yeah, absolutely. And then recently, Facebook actually teamed up with Microsoft to kind of develop a search engine and sort of like based on Bing instead of Google. Do you think this kind of sends a message that they're kind of like, okay, we really are at war here?
Yeah, Google is certainly the king of search, and if Facebook and Microsoft can make a little bit of a dent into that in any way possible, they want to do that. But Facebook runs at a disadvantage, that it's kind of a double-edged sword where they've made their fortune. They've made a lot of money and a lot of market share for being that, circle of friends that you have. And if you want to search beyond your immediate circles and the private information of your friends, Facebook is not so good at that. Google is searching the world, Facebook is searching your little circle. So it's going to find it's a little bit hard to get outside of that trust of being within that circle of friends.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking forward, as the tech guru, do you think that there are any products that people should keep their eyes open for? Whether that's, I think Google had a watch that was interactive. Are there any things that you think are going to be the next big thing, maybe?
Yeah, certainly this year everyone's seeing it as the real validation of the Internet of Things, or the quantified self, meaning you're going to wear things that measure your heart rate, how much you walk, how much you eat. So that's certainly part of the future. Everyone thinks that Apple's got a watch coming out, and every company's interested in monitoring all your life signals in some way. It sounds a little creepy, but there's a lot of benefits that can come.
Andrew Lee, American University journalism professor, thank you so much for your time.
The search for missing 8-year-old Relisha Rudd continues today. Recovery crews continue to search Kenilworth Park and aquatic gardens for possible remains.